Everybody, what's going on? I'm Aseer the Duke of Tears, you know me. Today is the day of the so-called pseudo election, and you have a lot of people running around basically trying to figure out, who they should vote for, what they should vote for. First of all, you should know that there's more than 2 candidates up for presidency right now. There's actually 7 people on the ballot, but you're only going to hear about the main 2 that have the ability to pay for their platform. So what that shows is that this is not a direct equal system, equal opportunity system. It's actually based upon who has the money to pay for things. So because that's how it is, that is not what a democracy was entailed by everybody else to be. So what has happened is they are now trying to marginalize you between 2 extremes. One extreme of a ultra nihilist, narcissistic capitalist, and on the other hand, you have the pseudo apologist, Democrat, secret racist, aka Hillary Clinton. So this is not because I have a vested stake in either one. Me as a so-called American citizen of Moroccan origin, because I've declared my nationality and I am independent of the so-called European system of doing business, I don't have to really worry about whether or not he's going to get in and she's going to get in and what she's going to do or what he's going to do, because in the end, I know what I'm going to do. And as somebody that's dealing in the private sector to the public, I'm starting to understand that this whole thing is monopolized towards engendering people to feel hopeless. You know what I'm saying? So on top of that, you have this other aspect of it where black people feel that they're perpetually at a loss. So recently I've been researching and doing different investigations and comparative research into certain things, and I'm starting to see that a lot of the stuff that I've been talking about over the years, it seems like it's being regurgitated by a lot of these people who are in these pseudo mainstream. But one of them in particular I was watching, he was talking about epigenetics, which is crazy because I have not only 2 or 3 classes on that. I remember I did a whole 2 show broadcast about that on Super Hayward Radio, for those people that know. But being that I'm the elder, a lot of people think I look young, but I'm actually 43, so I'm a lot of these people father on the low. And in that, I understand why the need to perpetuate themselves to be the status by which everybody in the conscious community should raise themselves to be. But again, when you sleeping on the floor, you can't fall out the bed. So what I'm seeing with people is they like to use buzzwords and terms and use information scattering here and there to kind of throw people off where they really get it from. So I'm gonna let you know I'm the source for a lot of these people. And I'm not a narcissist, I'm not conceited, but I believe that a workman is worthy of his hire. And I've been putting out information in this community for long enough to be able to say this to people, and people know that it's true, and that I'm not just here stroking myself off to look like I'm better than somebody else. I don't have to do that because my work speaks for itself. But being that we're talking about that, it was brought up in the context, the epigenetics thing was brought up in the context of black people being perpetually behind. But if we're really going to build on that subject, then you're going to quote somebody or quote what the issue is, go directly as to what it is. The proper term, if we really want to deal with it, is epigenetic transgenerational inheritance. One of the first people to speak about that in the so-called conscious community was a great brother, Grand Chief of the Thunder Clan, Olmec Moore's brother Toriano Obashango L. Peace to him. And we've been building on this for years prior to anybody dealing with genetic trust, genetic inheritance, and all of that. What an epigenetic transgenerational inheritance is not just the passed down memory of trauma and things that happen. First of all, we are not a people based on trauma. First of all, we are not a people that needs anybody else to upwardly move forward as to who we are. Epigenetic transgenerational inheritance is really about the eternal ancestry and memory of the creator of the known universe, the thing that is greater than all of us, that we collectively give energy into. That is the ancient memory by which a baby, if you put it on the mother's stomach, soon as it come out the womb, the first thing it know is to move up towards the breast. Without the eyes open, all based on the sense of the smell and the feeling. Therefore, this is a genetic memory where we get the term memory from. So the transgenerational inheritance is how it is acquiesced and actually stepped down into the different haplogroups, right? You want to get deep, homie, get to what it really is. because these people be playing with y'all, and y'all put them in positions to be in positions of scholarship with you, when these people, all they doing is regurgitating books like Made It on Thought, and what they trying to make you believe, because they can show you money and because they can show you physical material toys, you people believe that these people are on the level. Well, it don't work like that, homie.
Absolutely.
Because when the time come and the great getting up morning come in, and you face with that creator that you think don't exist, and they ask you what you did to destroy Western civilization, it ain't going to be. And Rabbi Marskowitz said that I needed to do this or that. It don't work like that. The other thing they trying to make you believe is that you as a melanated person, you can't move up in any society without a white person. This is a backwards. Now we're dealing with people who are willing supplicants to this beast that they act like they banging on, so that way they can get the little $10 and $15 off of packages and little meanderings that they create to make you think they doing something for you. So the new mode of thinking is based on this aspect of inheritance, right? Because we have been broken down mentally, when we supposed to look at everybody else in society, and because I only see boule people or brain dead black people with millions of dollars working with Jewish people or Caucasian people or whatever other nationality other than their own people, I'm supposed to believe that because systematically the only way these people have come up in society is based on what? Is based on their connection with Caucasian people. I.e., what that is supposed to tell me then is that I can't move up mobily, financially, economically, geographically in this society unless I'm co-signed by a Caucasian person. So by design now, what that's supposed to do is now when I see one of my so-called peers or whoever with these people, with Rothschild, with this one, with that one, if I'm like, yo, what's up with that? Then something's wrong with me. I'm not looking at the bigger picture, which is that the only way black people can really come up is if they actually have somebody Caucasian down with them, because they can open the doors for them to do that. You know what, homie? I open my own doors. You know what? A man stand for what a man stand for, and a man stand on his own too. So what you also then saying, this is why black women have so many issues, so-called black women have so many issues with black men standing up for themselves as men.
Absolutely.
Because if you a man, you got to get it however you get it. But you don't sacrifice your integrity. You don't sacrifice your character. You don't sacrifice what God gave you, which is your heart, where Allah dwells, your mind, the one thing that they can't take from you. So now the only way that I can come up is if I got Becky on my arm. You crazy. And any of you black people believe that you are what I was saying y'all was. That's great.
Not to get caught up, right? And we don't. So
and that's great. You can get your money however you want to get your money, man. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is don't tell me, or don't try to confuse the people. Don't try to come back to the community. Because you out here sipping, sucking these white people off or whatever, come back to me or come back to us and make us believe the reason why we not there is because we don't have enough white friends. What kind of sick shit is that? That's the shit that makes me upset more, because you playing on people's consciousness. Then you gonna listen to all my stuff on the low and then make DVDs and comments on about it, when back in the days all you had to do was pick up the phone and call. But my thing is, I'm not about making other people famous. I'm not about all of this extra shit that people feel that you have to do to be conscious. None of that shit is real, B. You don't need nobody to be conscious but you. You don't need nobody to inspire you to do anything but you. But if you do need inspiration and you do need that, that's what the community is supposed to be for. But instead of them going to real people in the community, instead of Vlad or whoever, going to real people in the community, like the brother I mentioned, there's real brothers doing shit in this community. Brother Toriano, Brother Dolo, Brother, there's a lot of Moors out here going in.
People don't even talk about Hammett or Valentine.
Brother Hammett, because, let me tell you why.
I do know.
Let me tell you why. Because the old, what it was it was an apprenticeship situation. And I can say this because Bobby brought me on the stage and told the people and brought me out to the people like the elder was supposed to do. I was like the last person that happened for. Because what happened was a lot of these elders was used to dealing with them fools in New York, right? And got caught up in a situation where they weren't able to create and maintain their own material. So these fools in New York start bootlegging their material like crazy, where they don't have nothing, and start investing in other shit outside the community. In the wrong. I was at that meeting. Y'all know what meeting I'm talking about. I was at the meeting at the National Black Theater when they had all of the so-called conscious people up there, and y'all told people how y'all was gonna set up this debate situation to make the whole consciousness thing more mainstream, so that way y'all could actually create a situation where people can divine who it is they want by putting them in conflict with each other. See, because what y'all gonna do, y'all gonna try to use me as the one person that's not involved in none of that bullshit, as the one to kind of use somebody to piggyback off of, like this some sort of rap battle or some shit. This is no different than what's happening in the political strata right now. This whole conscious community thing or whatever, these dudes done torpedoed that, and they did it on purpose. They did it on purpose with an agenda to confuse you, the people, the babies, the children, the different people in all of these different groups that standing there scratching their head like, well, if we all melanated, why can't we get together? We can't get together because these black, white, Negro-peans want you to stay confused, so that way you can continue to run up behind them and they can show you little material shit, right? Like little cars and little fake houses. You already know that is brain dead, that you already know done sold they soul to this game. And then you're gonna insult my intelligence and talk about epigenetic inheritance? You're gonna insult the people's intelligence and start talking about how the only way that we can come up is with Caucasians? This is what you want? Do you understand that the word Caucasian don't even come from them? That the word shaman, people calling themselves shaman this, shaman that. Shaman is a Russian word. That's not indigenous to America. The bottom line is this, brothers and sisters, and don't take my passion for hating, right? Because you know how black people do.
As soon as you express yourself,
soon as you express yourself with any section, you don't know what I'm doing. That's the whole thing. I come from the old school. I don't talk about shit until it's done. I don't have to show off all of what I got, the houses, and I don't got to do any of that. Because the people that know me know what I'm doing, and I'm sharing that with them privately, because we have to establish a private constituency. Because right now, everybody is being beat up through martial law, because martial law only affects public citizens. That's what they also not telling you. They also not telling you that there is a way out of this, that there is a remedy to get out. But they don't want you to have that remedy. You know why? Because they sold so they don't have it. So they gotta be up under Rothschild. They gotta be up under these white people. They gotta sit at their table smiling, buck dancing, and all the shit they do. They gotta do it. They gotta say that there's no God, because they know when the end time coming, when the judgment day come, they're gonna be the first one. They're gonna be the very first one on that great getting up morning talking about, oh, well, I was really there. I was really trying to help. How you gonna say that there's no God? We as original people are spirit in the flesh. So how you gonna say that there is no God when God represents the higher self? But you don't, your own, let the prophet's prediction and prophecy is the truth. He said, be careful, because it'll be your own brothers that put you back in slavery. And any person that's talking to you about if they talking to you about genetics and they ain't talking to you about nationality, birthright, and inheritance, and the benefits of the divinity that comes from that, they're a liar. And I challenge all them niggas be lying. All of them lying, because none of them is standing on their own too. All them niggas got a fez in the closet. All these niggas is wearing aprons. All these niggas is out here fleecing the people for nothing. All of these people trying to purport themselves to be the savior of the so-called black community, so long as, what? You got this white man behind you, right? And you got this other person behind you. When you see me with, if you see me with Caucasians, let me tell you something. They not only know what the deal is, they are paying tribute to the empire that I represent if they around me. And I can show and prove that. You understand? Because I walks with the spirit. I walks with what we supposed to be. I'm like this every day.
For years.
Every day. You understand what I'm saying? To the point that it make other people uncomfortable. But guess what? You ain't uncomfortable when you sitting at the table with Rabbi Mauschwitz, right? After he done come off from actually organ harvesting people. Do you know that that's a part of their religion? As undertakers to our culture? That they have a thing where they are actually mandated to take aspects of our organs and harvest them for their own purpose? Do you know that? No, you don't, because you don't care. So long as they give you a couple of dollars, so long as they give you your little Benz and all of that, so long as they stroke you off, so long as you can walk on a red carpet. Nigga, I don't need none of that. I don't need none of that. You understand?
I don't want none of that.
And because I don't need none of that, I'ma get it. just because I don't need it.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? It has nothing
Let
to
me
do.
dap you on that, nigga.
It has nothing to
Let me
do
dap you on that
with
one.
talent, nigga. It has
Nope.
nothing to do with creativity. It has to do with who you stealing it from. And these niggas is stealing your culture and giving it to these crackers for free and charging you for it. So what y'all gonna do, come out the conscious community? What you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
I'm gonna be the only one talking this? I'm gonna be the only one here providing over years worth of information that these motherfuckers is on TV, selling shit, talking to you about it, regurgitating it back to you, and then getting it
Backwards.
co-signed by other niggas that's already done sold themselves out in the game. You gotta understand, man, we in a different time now. We in a different time now. So now all of that, this is the only era where nigga like, for instance, Drake could be the biggest nigga in rap. This is the only era. In order to make him dope now, they had to kill Tupac and Biggie and Big L and Freaky Ty and all of them niggas before that. So that way, there's nobody else for you to think.
The soul.
What I represent and what Mars like me represent is the fact that what you're doing will never work, nigga. Because as long as the empire exists, as long as Allah is real in the world, you will never win. So long as you ally yourself with fools, you will never be smart. When you are always coveting what somebody else have, you will never have your own. The more you put yourself in somebody else's debt, the more you will be a debtor. And at this time now, you either have a nationality or you don't. You either real about it or you not. You either gonna make it happen for the people or you don't want to happen for the people.
These niggas don't have a nationality.
None of these niggas got a nationality.
It's just if
That's why you can be around them crackers. That's why them crackers will support you. Because they know that in the end, they got the battery in their back, they got their finger in your ass, and they can move you like the puppet that you want to move. So guess what? If niggas want to take this and make it like I am hating or whatever, make it that. But you can never say that I'm a damn liar. You can never say that what I'm saying ain't true. You can never say that you got the heart to stand for yourself, for your people, and not take the money, and not sell your soul, and not make people look stupid. You understand? That's why I don't have to make DVDs and mention niggas' names and all of that. And there's so many more out here, not just declared, but undeclared, that want to get right. That's coming to you niggas. And you niggas is straight up lying to them, stealing from them, which is then putting a black eye in the movement, which is then making black women look at us like we that. Before I close out, I wanted to shout out the sister Azalea Banks, man. Even though I got issues with how she look at it,
she crazy.
We can't really, she crazy because she's been being molested and mentally broke down from that Mickey Mouse Club shit from when she was a child.
That's right.
So she don't really have no real control of herself.
Absolutely.
The one black man that she did hope was gonna hold her down, the RZA, the pisser, right? This nigga, one of the other niggas was there, he couldn't even hold his cousin down. You know what I'm saying? Who was the lord of the Shinnecock. People don't even know that. ODB was the last descendant of the great Shinnecock emperor.
Ashe.
Bless the dead.
Right, OD?
Right?
My hands
But
are
she
shaking.
think that he gonna be there because he in a Hollywood party with Russell Crowe and the rest of these niggas. And you know how they be up in there trying to act like they the best thing since sliced bread. And this nigga RZA sniffing right behind them. And now he starts shitting on the black woman. The black woman stand up for herself and get choked out, called the nigga, spit on, right? In front of this nigga, in front of this black nigga who talking about God and wearing 7-5 universal flagging on it. Y'all real gods in the It's not right that we're in a society right now where people are in a position where we can't even protect our own. You mean to tell me that the militia group, you can pass, man. You can pass, man.
She's taking care of kids.
What I was gonna say was the militia group in Oregon that killed police officers that were actually in a standoff for over a month, right? They all got acquitted. They all got off non-guilty, nothing. But me and you now, we could be in a traffic stop with a license, with what we supposed to have and get shot dead in the street. So what, being friends with a white person gonna save me from that? This is what's going on? This is what my community, this is what y'all are co-signing?
And nobody's saying nothing.
And nobody's saying nothing. Now they trying to make it seem like the sister crazy. And I'm not saying she's not, but she ain't crazy about this. Cause I know the pantomimes. I know what to look at when people lying and stuff like that. She telling the truth.
She's not.
And what does the RZA do? Instead of coming to her aid, put on an apron, put on a fake face, and be around niggas and act like that's who they really are. Well, the time for that is done, man. So don't people take offense to it? Don't make a tape about it, homie. Go to the source. My email is houseofl@hotmail.com. Email me directly. We don't even gotta speak publicly. Let's speak privately, my nigga. Let's really work it out, because there's a lot of questions I got, but I already got the answers because I was there. Nobody could tell me. I was there with all of them. All of these pseudo-conscious celebrities, with the exception of it don't even matter who was exempted. But the point is, I was there when the Don King of the conscious community laid the whole shit out of how they was going to do it, and I was like, nah. Same thing when I was on the Bambaataa panel with all of that. Where did that go? Where did the whole pedestry shit with all of that go? That's gone. Because the black Nazis that's involved in your hip-hop community and your conscious community did everything they could do to bury that. But guess what? The memory don't go nowhere. I got a memory like an elephant, homie, and Hannibal rode the elephants. So again, man, if y'all feel as fired up about it as I am, because you tired of all of this, you don't have to put on an apron. You don't have to suck off some white man. You don't have to follow behind and subordinate yourself under some Caucasian woman or black Nazi or Negro peon. Holla at me at houseofl@hotmail.com, man. This ain't no joke. It's real. So love and light, light and love. Peace.